It's your color, and there's no.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wine Guild. Hope you like my Valentine's Day hat and my decorations over here. We also have red at the banner here. Red is usually blue, but today it's red for Valentine's Day theme. And tonight is going to be interesting because this, I think, is the first time I'm doing two wines. So should be interesting. Two wines with two different types. First, we'll taste them outright, get some opinions on what they are. And then we'll taste them with the chocolate, which is the overall theme here. A lot of people like to drink wine when they eat chocolate, and we'll taste we'll find out exactly what it tastes like and what's best, dark chocolate versus milk chocolate. So let me just say hello to the folks that are here so far. Hello, Bella. Hello, Maureen. Hello, Mike F. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in. I really appreciate it. I saw Adam was here before. He said he had to leave, but I appreciate him stopping by and clicking that like button. So I'll remind everybody, please do that if you can. Please click the like button. And hi, Gianni. Gianni's here. Welcome, Gianni. Oh, awesome. You have the Pinot and the Port. That's awesome. It should be an interesting experience. We'll see how it goes. I don't think Sticks can join today, so it might be just me. Unless someone else wants to, they're welcome to. I'm going to put the link in the chat just in case anyone wants to do that, because you're always welcome here. Let's see, how do we do this? Control V, right? Control V, something like that. How do we do this? How the heck do we do this? I always have a problem with this, and I don't understand why I do, but I do. Command V, that's what it is. Command V. There we go. It's funny because this hat is this. Hey, Theme Dude, thank you for joining, buddy. This hat is pretty darn old. In fact, if you go back and you look at some of the old Wine Guild videos with my kids, we were wearing these in the Valentine's Day episode that they did, and I still have it 10 years later or more. So, and it's kind of tight. It doesn't fit right. But because I have a big head, I guess. I don't know. But it's appropriate for the theme, appropriate for the what we're doing here tonight. So the first one, let's get into it. We don't want to bore you, so let's get into it. So the first Pinot Noir that we're going to taste is Noble Vines. I'm talking like it's an Italian Noble. It's Noble Vine 667. It was pretty cheap, $11 a bottle. Pinot Noir from Monterey County, California, 2020. A little bit about Pinot. I don't know if you guys have ever tasted Pinot. I really like it. It's probably one of my favorite grapes. It's a red grape, obviously, red wine, but it's not heavy. It's smooth usually. It's lighter. It's more versatile in the sense you can drink it with anything you want, really. A lot of people drink it at Thanksgiving because of the turkey. You can drink it with fish. It goes well with soups. It's pretty versatile, and like I said, I tend to like it. For a while, it became very popular because of that movie Sideways. People were really into it, and I think that's kind of died out over the years. But I always liked it. I think it's a great grape, and it can't grow everywhere. It's only specific areas that it will grow well. You can't grow it in the East Coast, really. I mean, people try, but they never hold up to it. I think the best area it comes from in the States is probably Sonoma County, and Napa too. But Sonoma, I think, is a little bit better. There's also some good ones in Oregon also, and then of course in Burgundy, in France is probably the best in terms of this particular grape. So it's perfect for chocolate, I think. If you're going to use a red for chocolate, that's who you go with. Let me see who else. Sicilian Zip, thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Let's see who else. If I missed anybody, I want to apologize because I want to acknowledge everyone that's here. But I can't see too well with these glasses. Anyway, so let's get started. So I poured a little bit of it. We'll start off with the color on this Pinot. It is, it's, I don't know, it's like a ruby red. It's kind of darker than I'm used to seeing Pinots, which is interesting. It has like a purplish hue around the top. There's some legs on it, which means it has some alcohol content that should be tasteable. You should be able to taste it. I don't know what it said here in terms of alcohol content. Let me see what it says. 13.5%. Okay. Yeah, 13.5%. Yeah, interesting. Usually they're clearer in the sense lighter. They're not as heavy as this one appears to be from the color, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have my aerator too, which now this is a screw top, right? Screw top is okay. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the screw tops, but the good thing is that you don't have to worry about the rot of the cork drying out. You don't have to worry about that with a screw top. So they last longer before they're opened, but you miss that romance of popping the cork. But what are you going to do? So I'm just going to aerate a little bit more of this. I want to make sure it opens up. I want to make sure I'm getting the right nose out of this thing. Nothing worse than a tight glass if you can't smell anything. So let's see here. Let's see what we got here. A little stirring it up. See what's happening here with this. All right, so what am I smelling? I don't know what I'm smelling. It's kind of a tight nose. It's not like the odor is like flying in my face at all. It's really kind of tight. It's interesting. Let me think. What am I tasting here? What am I smelling? I mean, I'm smelling it. This is new. I'm smelling like a little bit of cola. I've never smelled that before in a red wine or any wine for that matter. But I smell like a little hint of like RC cola, if you remember that. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't smell any type of fruit. I don't smell any type of fruit at all. That's interesting. All right. Well, look, it is what it is. But that's something new. A cola smell. That's new. That's a new one for me. And it's not burning my nose, and the alcohol is not high enough to burn my nose. I'm not getting that, which is great. Gianni smells some cherry. Okay, let me see. Let me if I can get it. If I'm gonna smell something, it's probably that. There's probably a hint of cherry there. It's not a powerful smell. It's not a demanding, definitive smell like I'm cherry. Doesn't smell like that. But struggling for it. But I'm still getting that cola smell. It's so weird. All right. Oh, you taste cherry, Johnny. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, then I know cherry cola. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna dive in and see what I taste. Yes. Yes. Cherry cola. Yes, definitely cherry. Um, it's dry. You get the cherry taste up front, and then the tannins take over. So it has tannins. It's definitely drying out my mouth. I'm getting a little bit of bitterness on the back end. Not bad though. Not bad. I mean, it's a 2020. It hasn't aged much at all. You know, Pinot doesn't have to age that long, but still, it doesn't age that much. It is. I would want a Pinot that has a little bit more age to it because it'll smooth out those rough edges that I'm tasting. Okay. Getting a little bit of sourness, and then that cola stuff comes through. That cherry cola taste. This is a cherry cola wine. That's a new one. Very interesting. so there's what we have. We have some tannins. We have a little bit of heat from the alcohol. So the alcohol's there. It hasn't smoothed it out. It's not old enough really to smooth out. Well, that's the other thing. With a screw top, it doesn't age. You know, that's the benefit. Like it preserves in the sense it's not going to go bad, but it also doesn't age. That'll happen gradually with the corks. So that's the drawback. You got to choose what what way you want here. It takes a lot longer to age a screw top than it takes to age a traditional wine. Gianni says, "I like it, not bad." Yeah, yeah. I don't. I think I like it too. I don't have a negative experience. I don't. I just think with time it could be better. That's what my position is on this one. But for again, we're always tasting, or I'm trying to taste low end wines in terms of price. So for $11 to $12 a bottle, it's a good buy. Again, this is a good buy. And if I leave this open, I think I'm gonna get more out of it the longer I taste. But I think definitely that cherry's there and that cola is there. So let's try it with the chocolate now. Now, Pinot, because of the tannins in it, we're not going to go. I have two types of chocolate. I have dark chocolate, 72% cocoa, which is, for some people it might be too bitter, but it's usually what I eat in terms of dark chocolate. I like anything that's 70%, 72, 70 to 80%. I don't like it more than 80. I see some that are really, really bitter, and that's not my taste. And I also have just regular chocolate hearts here, milk chocolate hearts. These are Hershey's. They're from they're Hershey's, but they're like extra creamy, something like that. And then I also have Russell Stover's, the traditional holiday Valentine's gift candy that obviously it's a little different because it has cream inside of it, so that'll change it altogether. But I wanted to just try that for the hell of it, see how that works together. So let's start with. So we're not going to taste the dark with this. We're going to save the dark. We're going with the milk chocolate. Looks good, right? Typical chocolate. Looks good. Smells good. Smells like a good chocolate to me. Okay. Yeah. Make sure I get a full thing in my mouth. I make sure the chocolate is all over my palate. And then I'm going to taste it. Well, let's see how the combination works. It definitely works well together. It's actually softening the tannins a bit. Johnny, you're not impressed with the Sicilian chocolate. Yeah, I mean, you know what? You bring up a good point in terms of Italian chocolates. In general, I really am not a big fan of Italian chocolate. I mean, this is Italian. The dark chocolate, this is always good, Giardelli. But you know, it's I don't think it's made in Italy. Its origin may have been from Italy, but I don't think it's made in Italy because it's a brand that's all over the place. But yeah, it's not made in Italy. But anyway, you know, the Swiss chocolates to me are always the best. The creaminess, they always taste the best to me. They're like in real art form. So you know, if I can get Swiss chocolate, that's pretty much my favorite. Hey Ralph, thank you for joining, buddy. I know you're at work, but I appreciate you stopping in. Northern, yeah, well, yeah, Johnny, yes. The Swiss border, those type of, it's a different type of chocolate, right? They make that type of chocolate that the Swiss make. That's pretty cool up there. You know, if it's Italian from that region, yeah, I think it's good. But Southern Italian chocolate, I never cared for it. But that's, again, it's all about taste, right? What your preferences. All right, so I'm gonna do this again. I want to make sure I get the real good taste here. That's why I need more chocolate. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, the milk chocolate kind of acts like cheese would, like a nice buttery cheese. It cuts the tannins down completely. It takes the edge off, and it smooths it out a bit. So I think the milk chocolate in combination with the red that is tannic, it's a good pairing. It works well. Arm distance, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I mean, it smooths it out. I mean, it kind of dominates the wine, actually, the chocolate, because again, this is not like a complex wine, and Pinot is not a heavy wine; it's a light wine, so it's bound to get overpowered at times with the food you eat. You have to be careful with that. So anyway, that's good. I think it's overall, it's a thumbs up. It's I think it would be better if it was corked and it was let to age a little bit. I think it would be better, but again, for $11 to $12 range, it's good. It's a good buy, and especially if you want chocolate, this is the way you go. Hey Don, thank you for joining, buddy. All right, so there you have your Pinot. Now I'm gonna wash things out a bit. Now I wish I should have done this, right? Right? I should do this. Probably I should do that before I do the pork. Let me see. Let me see here. All right, so what do we got here in this Russell Stover stuff here? These like traditional things. I think there's like a I don't know, like a mushroom in it or something. Not a mushroom. Like I don't know. What is it? that pink stuff in there, whatever the hell they call it. Yep, Valentine's Day is Tuesday. Yep. All right. I mean, kind of similar taste to the Hershey's chocolate. Similar. It's the same effect on the wine. So, you know, any type of chocolate, any type of milk chocolate based, treat would go well with the Pinot Noir. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the port. All right. Yeah, Don, you're not going to waste that, right? You're going to save that for a special occasion, right? I would hope. That's a rarity. Yeah, mushroom chocolate. What do you want? What do I know? What the hell? What do you call it? I don't know what you call those things. What, marshmallow? Is it marshmallow? I don't even know what that is. That pink stuff, that pink like sugary stuff inside of it. All right, so let's go on to the port. So the port that I have here, this is Pacus 10-year-old tawny. Let's see, does it have a vintage on it? A lot of times ports don't have a vintage. Some of them do, some of them don't. This one doesn't seem to have a vintage on it. This was given to me, so I didn't buy it. It was given to me as a gift one time by somebody, and I just kept it. I don't even know how long I've had it. But anyway, just in general about ports. Ports are wines that are made with a portion of its brandy. So you got distilled liquor in here. And it's designed to be a dessert wine. So, and if you see my history video, go back and look at my history video if you haven't. The founding fathers of this country drank this. They drank Madeira, which is basically the same thing as port. It's wine made with a distilled liquor. So because of that, this is 20% alcohol, right? It's going to have more alcohol in it than would your traditional wines. All right. So with this one, I already poured a little bit. Now, this is, it has kind of like a light cherry to it, a light cherry look to it, kind of like maraschino cherry type juice. Kind of looks like that, but it's also got like a brownish hue to it or an orangey hue to it. So, and I'm not and for the record, I am not a port drinker. I'm not a dessert wine drinker. So this is new to me in the sense that I don't know really, I'm just giving you my opinion. I don't really have much experience with these, but I wanted to try the theory of the dark chocolate with a sweet wine. And this was the easiest way to get a sweet wine, a port guaranteed to be sweet. So, I'm going to try to smell it and see what I get out of the nose. See, now I smell the booze. I mean, I smell it immediately. Kind of smells, it kind of smells like a weak cognac, which kind of makes sense because that's really what a cognac is. And it is brandy and from Cognac, France. But this is, it has that same smell to it. I can't smell any fruit per se other than sweetness. I smell sweetness. Only with cigars, Johnny. Yeah, no, I hear you. Yep. Don, yeah, I'd love to do that. And that might be on the I might put that on the agenda for the future. That'll be cool, but you have to be careful. You don't get trashed. You can get trashed very quickly with that stuff. I usually like to have a glass, and a glass is enough for me. Sit by the fire and then just kind of pass out from it. But to do a tasting of it, yeah, we'll have to control it. We have to make it very small amounts to make sure we don't get crazy with it. All right, so let me see what this looks like. Ice wine. You know what, Gianni, I have tried ice wine. Definitely dessert wine category. I haven't tried it a lot. I think I tried it once or twice. I didn't go back for more. It's not my cup of tea, but yeah, it basically is a dessert wine. Not too dissimilar to this. I mean, it's nowhere near the alcohol content of this, but tastes similar, I think. I mean, in the sense that, but the sweetness is really overpowering. Like, I don't even think you have the alcohol there to counteract it. The sweetness just dominates in the ice wines. All right, let's see what we got. You know what we could also do a cigar thing. I was thinking about that with Stiggs. I was talking to him about that we could do a cigar type of thing. I'm no expert at cigars, but I do appreciate a good one every now and then, especially in the summer when you're outside relaxing. That's we could definitely do that. That would be interesting. And what goes well with the cigar. That's pretty cool. All right, let's taste this. All right, so super sweet, syrupy taste. Not surprised. It reminds me why I don't really drink port, because that's not me. Sweetness in terms of wine is not me. Does not work for me. So, yeah, I can't taste any type of grape. I don't even know if you can. I mean, I don't know if someone with an advanced palate around this stuff could do that, taste the different types of fruit, but I can't taste anything. The sweetness is just overpowering. You're doing this now, Gianni? I'm having a Romeo and Juliet 1870. You're cool. I mean, it's warm enough here to do it. I'll tell you that much. It's been 60 degrees today, which is utterly ridiculous for February. But yeah, it's definitely warm enough to do it here. When it's too sweet, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I'm tasting that burn, that alcohol burn. All right, so let's try the dark chocolate. Let's see if that makes a difference, because right now it's overpowering. The sweetness is just overpowering me to the worst degree here. I got to get out of it. Hopefully this will help. So hopefully the tannins in this will be enough to smooth out the sweetness on this side. So 72% coca, however you pronounce that. I don't even know. And dark chocolate has a lot of health benefits for you. In the same way wine does. But dark chocolate, it helps with like the prostate and stuff like that. So it's good stuff. As long as it's dark and it's heavy in coca, like it's the 70% or more, it's good for you. All right, so let's all right, so this is good. This is good. This is really helping me tolerate the sweetness. It's really counteracting and smoothing out the sweetness, taking that edge off of the port. Yeah, I mean it's really helping with the sweetness. So if you're not into sweet stuff and you're drinking port, the right pairing from a dessert perspective is the really dark chocolate. I think the darker, the higher cocoa content, the better with these. With this type of beverage. But it's just not me. The ports are not me. The alcohol content is too high. It's burning the back of my neck right now. My back of my throat. So, and that's not what I want. I don't want that when I'm having an experience with wine, going on that wine adventure. I don't want discomfort. And that's what this thing is providing with me because it's too heavy in alcohol. But that's the way it's supposed to be. That's what it's designed to be. So if it's your cup of tea, good to you. It's yes, that's how it's pronounced. By someone we know. Yes, someone we know would definitely pronounce it that way. Ka ka ka. Yeah, so cocaina. Um, port will go with the cigars. Okay. No, that's good. That is good to know, Don, because I have not tried that. I tell you what, I did try, which I did not like, which was an infused cigar with it was sweet. It was like a sweet taste to it. I really didn't like it at all. Now maybe it was just that cigar, but it was something that I really didn't go for. I tried it. A friend of mine gave it to me. Really wasn't for me. But I could see how the distinction of the cigar itself with this it could mild they meld well together. It'll take the sweetness down from this, and I could see how it would work. So I'll have to try that in as the next time I smoke a cigar. I mean, the good thing about this port, right, is that it's not really going to go bad. You recork it and you put it kind of where you would keep your alcohol, your distilled liquors, and it kind of stays. It won't last as long, but it lasts a hell of a lot longer than your traditional wines because of the distilled liquor in it. So you're not wasting, I'm not wasting anything really. I'll save it for when folks come over and they want a dessert wine, they'll have this. I'll have this to serve. And it won't be much of a difference. It's not going to be forever, but for the foreseeable future, I think it'll still be worth drinking. But this is, I think this was a good experiment, right? It was a good experiment in the sense that it proved the theory that the tannic wines go with milk chocolate. It works similarly to the effects of cheese on those wines, milds them out, smooths them out. And the same thing kind of happens with the super sweet port and the dark chocolate. So you got opposites there that combine together, marry together to make the taste experience worth having. Yeah, Gianna. Yep. Dip it in, right? I mean, you can't beat dipping the end of that cigar into some bourbon. I mean, that's what I like doing. Dipping the end into the bourbon and then taking a drag from it. That's a good experience. That's fun. But yeah, the infused stuff, nope, not me. Not my thing. Um Hi Gina. Yeah, you didn't miss. I mean, you didn't miss much. You just, you can go back and watch it if you're that interested. But it's good. The pairings work. So, tannic wines, dry wines would go well with milk chocolate, and sweet wines would go well with the dark chocolate. So, um, let's see what else is going on here in the chat that I'm missing. Stuff that bad boy up. So anyway, this Tuesday is Valentine's Day, and I hope everyone is going to enjoy it with their loved ones, with whomever they wish to enjoy it with. Um, if you want to, you want to go back a few decades or a decade and then some, and look at my old video on Valentine's Day with the kids. That was kind of fun. But yeah, if you're going to do the chocolate and the wine thing, hopefully this information will help you this year. It's good, quick knowledge so that you don't run into an area where you're like, it doesn't work. But this, if you follow those patterns, it'll work. White chocolate. White chocolate really isn't white chocolate. I didn't think about that, but it's not white chocolate. It's not chocolate in my opinion because it doesn't have the cocoa in it. So it's I wouldn't know what you'd pair that with, quite frankly. But it probably, the milk in it would probably smooth out the more tannic wines, though. That would make kind of sense, much like the cheese. But yeah. But white wines, no white wines for Valentine's Day. Don't do that because it's not gonna meld well with any chocolate at all. So let's stick away from the whites. Let's stick with the reds. And it's Valentine's Day, right? The color's red anyway, so go with the color of the holiday. What else? I think that's it, really. I mean, I think this was a nice little quick one that we got it done early. No, we didn't have any co-drinkers tonight, so of course it's not going to take as long. But yes. That's very convenient, isn't it? Isn't it, Michael, that COVID always happens? Something always happens on that day, right? It's very convenient. And Johnny can't stand the white chocolate. You know what? I'm with you, except for one particular situation where we grew up in Belleville, and right across the street from Mike Iovino, or right next door to Mike Iovino, there was a local chocolate maker there who would make white chocolate bunnies for Easter. And I loved that chocolate. I loved it. That was great. I don't even know if they still make. I know they moved away. They moved out of our town and they moved to East Hanover. I don't know if they're still doing it, but I loved their white chocolate for some reason. It was like some type of unique recipe they had, and it was just awesome. But normally I'm with you. I don't like white chocolate. Yes, Gina. The hat is at least a decade old, and it's in my holiday collection. So I pull it out every year, and I figure let's wear it. Why don't we? So that's really it for tonight. I think that's JJ's hat. You're right. You're right, Arms. You're right. She's wearing. That's right. There is a hat there. There's no like leopard pattern thing though on here or something. Isn't there something on her hat that's like that? Something on her avatar. Like the hat has something on it like that. But yeah, that's right. That is her hat. But yeah. So listen, I really appreciate you guys joining, and it's funny because that when I started the show, I played like the non-copyrighted version of that ABC song, "Look of Love," and when I originally created the video with the kids 12 years ago, I had that in the video. It was like the theme song, and they blocked the whole video. They swooped in and said, "That's it, blah blah blah. No, you can't play it up. It's a violation." So I made a secondary video without the music. I pulled the music out of it, and I think that's the one that you can find on my channel, the one without music. But it was it's kind of stupid. They're like the Gestapo, the copyright Gestapo here. They shut you down in 2 seconds. But Johnny I was an Easter bunny. Yeah, and they used to have, and Mike will tell you that they used to have the bunny that used to be outside used to go and harass the poor person that was in the bunny suit every Easter. They'd have a guy or a girl dressed up in an Easter bunny outfit. And Mike used to go out and harass the poor person every year because that's the type of person he is. Yes, and see, Mike knows about the white chocolate. The white chocolate was awesome for some reason. I don't know why. It was just great. And Don, thank you. Let's see, Don. I know I'm babbling about Belleville stuff, and Stiggs isn't even here. Too many try to make themselves. Yeah, I mean, I certainly do not say I'm a wine expert ever. No way. I am an amateur. I will always say that. I'm just giving you my opinion. Everybody has to make their own opinions. If you can use some of the information from my experiences, that's awesome. Use it, but make your own. Everyone has to make their own experiences. And the other, Don, it's interesting. The one thing I was thinking about, I was thinking about this the other day, is I'd love to do like a quick show or video with you where you talk about how your family used to make the wine. I know I've heard you talking about it in the chat before, and I'd love to hear firsthand how your family would make wine, because that's something that I always thought is awesome. It's an awesome cultural and family tradition that I never had. My grandfather never did that, but his parents did. So my father's grandparents, they would make wine, but it got lost in the sense that they never did. And in fact, the story is that the reason my family came here from Italy is because there was a rift in the family, and the rift was over the family vineyard in Puglia. Puglia was the region they came from, and they had a vineyard, and there was some type of family rift where, one brother got it and the other brother didn't. And my great grandfather was kind of the guy on the outs, so he picked up and he moved to America, and that's how the family got here. So it's interesting. So the wine making is in my lineage, and it always fascinated me. But yeah, no, that would be great. I'd love to see it, Don. I'd love to see the video on that. Gianni, yes, Gianni, that's awesome too. Anything, any type of information that you'd want to share on that too, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear that stuff, because I always say each year that I want to pick it up and start doing it, but the equipment is expensive, and I don't know. I just never pulled the trigger, so to speak. But I did make wine at a place. A bunch of friends and myself, we made wine in a place, and that place went out of business. So we stopped doing it about 7 or 8 years ago, I think it was. But that was fun, but it's not the same. It's not the same as like a family or friends getting together and doing it in the old traditional ways. That's the part that really attracts me, and I love to do that. So Gianni made what? Let's see. What do you see? 900 liters of red. Oh, that's a lot of wine. That's a lot of wine. I think it is, right? I mean, I don't remember liters too much. It's hard for me to kind of convert the. I'm trying to think what we did. We had one barrel. When we made it at the place, we made it with one barrel's worth. And that barrel, each barrel, one year we did it, one barrel. Next year we did a barrel and a half. The barrel yielded about 20 cases. I remember that. 20 cases, because we would bottle them all there and then put them into cases. So about 20 cases of wine came out of a barrel. So I don't know what that would translate into, the liters, but it was a lot of wine. I mean, there was I forgot how many there were of us. 6 or 7 of us, something like that. So there was plenty of wine to share after we did that. But hey, Yankees for life. Thank you for joining, buddy. So 3.84 gallons equals 1 liter. Okay. All right. Yeah. So anything you guys is any of you guys information you want to share about that? I'm welcome. I would love to hear about it and steal from you. And just experiencing it too. Just hearing about it is kind of like experiencing it uh, through you. So I'd love to hear about your any winemaking stories you might have because that's cool stuff. But um, but anyway, I think I've bored you enough tonight on this one. And we didn't have anybody to interact with here per se live. So um, yeah, Johnny, make one if you can. That'd be cool. Make a video and share it. And then we can have like a show. We could have a show with you and Don and myself, and we can, we can talk about it, talk about the experience. So that would be pretty cool. But anyway, listen, I want to 3-point gouge is not a lead. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure we can all look it up. We'll all look it up. I'll look it up afterwards. But yeah. So I want to thank everybody for joining. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I really appreciate it. I saw my subscriptions were like at 666, which scared me. That number's scary. It was 666. I was like, oh, what's going on here? This is like Dean coming in. But hopefully it won't be there long. Hopefully it'll go up. And it won't be 666 too long. So I don't need the number of the beast hanging over me. But anyway, listen, I really appreciate everybody that joined. And like I said, like and subscribe, share, do what you want with this. If you missed part of it, come back, watch it later. Don't watch it later. Do whatever you want. Comment, don't comment. Have a ball. I hope everybody has a great Valentine's Day, even if you're sitting home doing nothing, that's me. My wife and I are sitting home doing nothing. We don't go out on Valentine's Day. We don't fall into that stuff. The money. I remember one time we went out for Valentine's Day and it was a freaking disaster. They seat you, they put you in shifts, and they didn't have a reservation. They had to bring in a special table because they lost my reservation. It was a nightmare, and that was the last time I ever went out for Valentine's Day. So stay home, do what you want to do, relax, enjoy it with the people you love. And it doesn't have to be a significant other, even with your family, enjoy it with them. I always say that it's not just romantic love, it's all about love in general. So friendship, all that stuff. Take full advantage of it and enjoy it. The Maloikia, yes, Gianni, yes. So Arms, you said we opened up. Wait, hold on. This is interesting. We opened a bottle last week that we made in October. Very strong taste. What was it, Arms? What type of wine did you make? I mean, why? So I guess you didn't put it in barrels, right? Because I remember we would keep it in the barrel for 6 months before we bottled it. So I guess you didn't do the barrel thing. But yeah, I'm interested about that stuff. So yeah, please share if you can. I want to hang on a little bit to hear if Arms has any more info he could share on that, because I'm curious as to what it was. Yes, mead from honey, right, Gianni? That's what's made. Mead is made from honey. That's got to be sweet, right? How can it not be sweet? It's it's made from honey. Oh, thank you, Michael. I love you too, Michael. Oh, the rubber vat. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you didn't go the other step of the oak barrels. That's what we did. We did oak barrel. We would buy an oak barrel and actually buy it. Yeah, we bought it, but whatever. We never kept it. We kind of renting it, and we used it for a few seasons. A few years. We used that, and it lasts a few years. And each year, it loses a little bit. The first year, actually, that we used the barrel, it was a bit overpowering. The oak taste was a bit overpowering, but then as the years go by, it becomes more. It's better to do the wine in the aged oak as opposed to fresh oak. Don says what we made this year. What we made this year is open the next year. Right. Yeah. Right, Don. Yeah, that's what I would think. That's what I think would happen. I think if you're open it now, it's kind of it's really, it's really too early, I would think, to open it now. You need to age it needs to age somewhat in the bottle. And I still have some homemade wine from years ago that, I haven't opened. I'm always afraid to open them because I'm afraid they're going to be, they're going to be garbage. They're going to be vinegar, because those are not stored in a wine fridge or anything. They're just in my basement in a rack. So I'm always afraid that they're going to be crap. But so far, most of them have been good. Most of them have held up. The seal has held up, and it's still good these years, 7 or 8 years later. Hey, Stiggs. Yeah, it went well. I think it went well. We did our tasting, and Gianni had it. Gianni did it along with me, and we learned that the milk chocolate goes well with the Pinot, which reminds me, I'm going to put my screw top back on. Milk chocolate goes well with the Pinot, and the dark chocolate goes well with the port. So the experiment was a success. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. I don't know if you're watching the Super Bowl or not. I don't even know if I'm going to watch, but hey, maybe I'll tune in or out. I'm not a big Super Bowl party guy. I never go to Super Bowl parties, never hold them, and I just kind of watch it here or there, watch the Super Bowl here or there, switch channels, see what's going on. But it's not a big Super Bowl guy. But if you do enjoy it, please do. Yes, steaks, Pinot Noir. Yep, Pinot Noir and the port. But yeah, so thank you everyone who joined. Thank you for the comments. I really appreciate it. And hope you all have a great Valentine's Day. Like I said, good Super Bowl Sunday, whatever you're doing there. And we'll let's see if I can put that music back on here that I started with as I shut down. This is the non-copyrighted ABC Look of Love song, which I used on the original Wine Guild episode 12 years ago. But thank you guys. Thank you, Gianni. I hope everyone has an excellent night. And I will see you next week. I'm going to think what we're going to do. Who knows? We'll think of something. But I'll probably see you guys in Stig's chat tomorrow, if he has one. I'm assuming he will, because YouTube is secondary. So every day, but it's secondary. It's 5 times a day secondary. Whatever. But remember, build the guild. Have a great one, guys. Thanks for joining.